All right. Karibu sana. You're still watching TV47 Breakfast. My name is Freddy Ndimuli. Now we want to switch into a different discussion altogether. In a world where videos can lie, voices can be cloned, and images can be completely changed, how do we tell the truth and what is false? This is what we want to discuss this morning. The age of artificial intelligence and how it is being used, especially to commit crime or to actually switch the communication and alter its understanding, the impact on truth, trust, and the digital future. It is a discussion that many, especially within the political circles, are having. People manipulating voices, manipulating photos, manipulating videos to actually express or share information that is false from the start. This is what we'll be looking at this morning. Fake or real, how AI is changing truth in the digital age. And for that, we have some experts in studio. On my immediate left, Joseph Ekisa Opurongo. He is a software developer and AI engineer. Karibu sana. Next to him, we have Philip Mulala Mukiti. He is a CEO and solutions architect at i3 Technologies. Gentlemen, good morning. Karibuni sana.
Good morning.
It's a very interesting discussion that many people do not even know where to start from, because we're still trying to learn what AI is all about. Yeah? And the assumption out there is that AI is more negative than positive right now. In fact, listen to politicians and they say anything that's fake, that must be AI. Yeah? And one wonders, is it necessarily negative? Is artificial intelligence purely negative? Joseph?
From my own opinion, I do understand that AI is not necessarily negative, because when it comes to this age, actually, if you try to if you find someone who understands how to use AI, they can actually tell you the importance of AI. For instance, for a software developer, AI helps a software developer to automate the repetitive tasks. It can help them actually do things, basic things, very easily and accomplish their goals very fast. Yeah, so it cannot necessarily be the negative necessity. We also consider the positive necessity.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other issue is that, Philip, a lot of misunderstanding about AI is, and what forms of AI are there, because technology moves very fast. And the knowledge I had last week or last month by now probably is obsolete. And some people understand AI from the standpoint of something like ChatGPT or Grok for that matter. But there's a lot more. Kindly unpackage what different types of AI we have so far and what are they able to do?
Thank you. Allow me to start with just a very brief history of AI. AI looks to be very new, but it's an old technology, started all the way back in the late 40s during World War II by Alan Turing, who believed, he was a computer scientist, who believed that at one point a computer will be able to do and think and act like a person, a human being. Then it moved on. In the early 60s, we had Exilia, which was basically like the modern chatbots, where you could talk and they speak, but they were pretty manual. In 1997, that was when AI changed a lot. We had AI beat the master-based chess player, Kasparov. That was an IBM machine that did that work. And in 2011, we had AI beat the best in a game of Jeopardy, beat one of the best competitors. And essentially what it was doing was NLP, which is natural language processing. So you have asked the different types of AI. I think the question you're asking is the AI models. We have what we call the frontier models, OpenAI, Gemini from Google. We have Cloud from Anthropic. We have something from X, Grok. We have DeepSeek. And we have many, many other large language models. Open source, very many. But they don't get to be mentioned a lot. People have identified AI with ChatGPT because it was the first to come. And I said AI has been there. It only came to the interface in 2023. Most of the concepts we have built, we started dealing with AI, like me, in 2016. IBM, Watson. So there are very many different types of AI based on what you want to do. Content creation, creative writing, image generation. Now for our field, we have Codex from OpenAI for software development. We have IBM Bob, which is a full software development life cycle. Just a partner to work with you. And we have Cloud Code, Cloud Coworker. All these are tools. There's a very big confusion, not only in the common users, even in our profession of what AI is. Because the way AI has come, first in 2023, it had a lot of hallucination all the way to 2024.
What do you mean by hallucination?
By hallucination, AI will confidently give you a wrong answer.
Confidently.
Confidently. That's what it will do.
Yes.
Secondly, between the period of 2023-2024, all technical people, IT people, tested the tools. And because of hallucination, and because they had not fine-tuned as they are today, most of them gave up with them. And that's why the term, anything AI is fake. We are facing all that everywhere. But now, leapfrog to 2025, around July, the dice changed, the models changed, and they keep changing after every 1 or 2 months because of development in technology. Now, leapfrog from 2025, when we had now agentic, it is not just inputting text. This is an agent who has a goal to accomplish a task without the human input.
So the machine thinks for itself and does...
Yes, several tasks.
Completes several tasks.
Yes, that is agentic AI. Then leapfrog to February 2026. A certain gentleman called Peter built a full autonomous system, like a full AI assistant itself, that could even call, send emails.
Without human intervention.
Without human intervention. Now, that accelerated agentic AI. Now, over the period, all the models have fine-tuned, have gotten better, less hallucination, but they are still AI.
All right. And thank you for bringing it down. But you also mentioned something a bit curious, that even for experts, it is still confusing, Joseph, because of the very fast nature of technological advancement. He said that within 2 months, a lot has changed. Yeah.
Sure.
Do you feel like even experts in the tech world are still just trying to find their space in this?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, if you can try to see very well, that the existence or the coming of artificial intelligence has actually changed everything. Now there is, for instance, when it comes to software engineering, we have a new profession which is called vibe coding. Vibe coding is whereby new genius or new guys, for instance, youth, actually use AI to develop software, ship solutions by just using English or human language to communicate with artificial intelligence. And this actually uses agentic AI. For instance, to briefly say about the history of AI, we have categories of AI. We have language model and a small language model. In language model, we have agentic AI, then generative AI. Agentic AI, these are large language model which can actually automate everything. You just give a prompt, then they do everything for you. They can build a software, they can do anything, create a video and everything. So most of the developers are hard to accept the harsh reality that AI is coming for them. But it can't replace you. It will help you to solve a solution if you understand it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now we have a challenge that I go to social media, I see a video of myself, but I know it's not me.
Yeah, sure.
Something similar or looks closer to what I look like, and probably even using my voice and saying something that I've not in any way or form even comprehended. Where does that come from? And is it a byproduct of the developers or the human intervention or agentic AI, as you put it?
Yes, it's a product of AI. AI has got three things that quite a number of things it can do. It can synthetically generate data. And when we talk of data, that is video, text, images. AI too can alter existing images like your face. It can also do what we call puppeting. That is artificially control a similar artificial person like you with different motions and different angles, just like the normal puppets we do. So that is there a lot because the technology is there. But I wanted to just go back to what you had asked about where the confusion is. The confusion about AI is at two levels. The professional are confused because of where they found AI. Some of the things that AI is doing, we used to take something you used to take 3 months, you can now take 2 or 3 days. It's very surprising. But now when they tested it in the early years, the AI had not matured, many of them gave up. Secondly, there is the skill set and the resources. Many of the companies never failed resources to their employees. But when you go to the West, they did test the resources, gave their teams, and they were excited. They went on a firing spree, only later to realize this can't work. They started recalling the people
They were
back.
getting rid of the human aspect of
Yes. But in reality, AI main advantage is to improve productivity, reduce the time you take to do tasks. The core technical software knowledge is needed, very, very seriously needed. And he mentioned something called vibe coding. Vibe coding is where a non-technical person who understands what they want to build can build it using AI by just telling them, I need A, B, C, D, until you ship a whole product. That is something that has happened, but it only happens for what we call the edge cases. Real production enterprise application cannot be vibe coded. Secondly, you can't maintain that vibe coding. After you ship the first one, the second one, you don't get to understand what AI did under the hood. So you don't know how to repair it.
or to reverse it.
Or to reverse it or to change it. So vibe coding is a concept that has come that to us helps what we call line managers or business managers bridge some gaps that the IT hops or the IT teams in their company were not able to assist them.
All right.
But it is not something that you can build a full enterprise application with. The role of the programmer is still needed, much more, but this time the developers are needed to be the hook, or what I would call the man in between, to verify what AI has done.
All right. And so now the issue of ethics or ethical use of AI arises. Now we're talking about the deep fakes, the manipulation of video to send information that is wrong, intentionally. This is purely a human issue. It has nothing to do, or does it? Because I don't know. Does agent AI do that as well? Or it's purely a human intervention problem?
All right, thank you so much. So there is a thing called weaponization of realism. For this, in this case, actually, you've said deepfakes, right? So deepfakes is where AI-generated content makes you appear like you are doing something or saying something which you actually did not. For instance, when it comes to politics, you can see a politician maybe saying something, but in real sense, that doesn't exist. It was actually made by AI. And this is where we have a red flag. Artificial intelligence have come hyper-realistic in such a way they can generate a real image or a real video or they can clone your voice to make people maybe think you say this thing or rather do the thing. But in real sense, actually, it is not. And that is one of the issues when it comes to trust. Yeah, I think that is one of the things that AI is trying to bring out. And it is called weaponization of realism, where it makes people think that this thing is real, but indeed it is not real.
Yes. And Philip, this has contributed a lot to the kind of apprehension when it comes to AI and our interaction with AI right now. That we are a bit hesitant to trust everything that we see. So the question is, how do we identify the difference between something that's AI generated or this is reality, a real video?
There are very many mechanisms, but let me just reverse back. What is happening is that the impact of AI in all spheres has been very big. That one we can't underrate. And the reaction has been mixed. There are those who think their jobs is gone. There are those who don't have the skill set to upskill anew. So they will talk ill about AI. And when you go to the IT industry, it is showing you a wizardry. So you have built this career for 20, 30 years, and a guy off the street comes and is able to do what you are able to do.
In a shorter period.
In a shorter period. So the professionals are coming out and saying AI is fake, but that is not the truth. And there's a question you're asking whether AI is negative. AI is a lot positive. What we need to put it is very clear. AI is a tool, just like we had knives come in as a tool to assist us. It's a tooling that is to assist us to do well. And with every tool, it's asymmetrical. You can use it for good or for bad. So really here it is the humanity. But what I can tell you after being in this field and working with AI very intensely and building applications with it, AI is very, very useful. The negativity is because it is changing the human society completely. If it can be governed, and what all big AI companies are doing, you saw Anthropic just dropped government projects in the US because they were being forced to push AI into military. Very clear. Dario refused, the CEO. The AI industry is at this moment self-regulating, but it is very clear. What is not clear is the consumers and the users, and some confusion even within the tech industry. And I would count that as two things. We have techies who have the real knowledge. Most of them left the real technical work. They're basically handling ticking lists, spreadsheets, and just loafing around the globe in meetings. Now, in short, they have forgotten the real technical work. They are getting a very hard time to understand AI. Then secondly, before AI, we have had two transitions. When you look at techies of my age, we had the internet age, we had the cloud age, and now AI is coming. Now, if you are techie, you can't survive 2 generations.
How come?
By the 3rd generation, you'll have earned money, you don't have to do a lot of work. Your work is to tick things and Excel spreadsheet and doing budgeting and giving speeches. So you have forgotten the real technical work. You don't even have time to learn the second phase. You are a top manager. You live for the juniors. Now they are being hit by cloud, they are being hit by AI, and they are the ones who are making decisions. So they go slow. One person, he was the commercial director of Google, Morg Gogart, he says, why we do not know that AI is powerful is because we are not geeks, we are not developers. Because if you are a developer, you will see the value. Once you are able to do work within a week that used to take 6 months, you get surprised.
But that presents a challenge that you can generate a lot of false information and share a lot of false data using AI in a faster manner than before.
That is very true, and that's why we take AI as a tool. The human has to verify. In fact, a big question was being asked, who do you blame? Where does the buck stop? It is you, not the AI. So you have to verify. In
you
fact,
as a consumer or
the developer
or the developer
or the consumer who is working with the AI, you are the one to blame if AI makes a mistake.
But this is not a mistake we're looking at. This is intentional. Like if we cannot blame the machine, we blame the developer or the consumer. Yet there was some intention towards lying or misleading, using AI tools. There's an issue of ethics there, fine. But we're still, in as far as governance of AI, we're still way much behind. It's still early stages. For the internet, it took years and years, almost decades, to get to a point where you could say, okay, fine. In this country, this is what you can do with the internet, this is what you can't do. But there still exists even the darknet. Do you think we'll get to a point where we'll have proper governance of AI tools to avoid this kind of mischief by developers or even consumers?
Yeah, one thing for sure I am critically aware of is that even the government of Kenya actually is putting some measures of which they govern AI. Recently, there is a draft of a regulatory sandbox of how developers use and test AI in Kenya, which if you have an idea, you've developed your model and you want to test it before shifting for the users, you have to test it inside a sandbox. And this sandbox is meant to actually regulate the effects of AI, the general harm that can be done for the users, and mostly that I see that as one of the measures that the government of Kenya is trying to come up with.
Do you think that the government of Kenya is even aware of how harmful or the extent to which AI can get for them to develop policy in 2026 to govern AI?
Yeah, can say, yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I can say that they are trying to intervene bringing experts inside to understand how AI can be used, the impacts, and the usage actually, how can it harm the consumers.
Yes.
And that is why I'm saying that I think the government understand the harmful. That is why they have come up with that regulation.
Philip, kindly clarify this, because some time back we saw news, whether or not it's accurate, I don't know, you'll clarify, that one of those people who was aware of AI and probably worked on it in earlier years actually warned of the risks that AI could become or could end up in, one of them being uncontrollable. yeah, that no human would be able to govern that. Are we in that trajectory that we could get to a point where AI could get uncontrollable, develop its own narratives and share data, misleading everyone, and there's no one to stop it?
We are not. That is very clear. But the technology is there. I want to put this very clear. AI is a tool. The issues we have are human issues that have existed all the way since the times of the printing press, the times of the radio, the times of the videos. Reels could be changed. Scenes could be created in war. You know, politicians could... We had photoshopping just the other day. So it should be taken as a tool that any malicious human being can manipulate, which is part of humanity. AI has got a lot of good, very good things. We need to look at it that way. Secondly, I want to put, to just add on what you have said, we were invited by Kenya government officials to contribute to the AI bill that they are running. At one time, we had an event at IBM Research Lab, Africa here in Catholic University. And when I followed through, I can tell you with confidence, Kenya government has got a very competent team that is developing the AI policy. They have already released the strategy paper. They are moving on. And they do understand. We don't need to underrate our local skills. They do understand. And they are funded by various organizations. The question about regulation is only this. Government moves slower than AI is moving. In fact, what is happening, even across the West, it is the AI companies that are self-regulating themselves. Like now they have started labeling of AI content. They are starting a mechanism to label that content so that we can differentiate fake, non-fake, and where it came from.
Do we have that technology in Kenya? Are we able to tell the difference?
It is not there. They are mooting about it. And this is not about government. When you look at, actually in America, where a lot of the AI models are coming from, the government has, just last month, started saying we need to review before you push them to publication. Kenya government is talking about a sandbox. But here is the paradox about that. Government comes in because of their speed. Then innovation stifles because of that. Secondly, we are in three kind of things. Third World War, AI race, chips race, rare earth mineral race, all which are convoluting to the same thing. So any government that is pushing too much regulation, it is stifling innovation.
Okay.
So about regulation, innovation, and governance, it is very possible. We are partners with IBM. They have one of the best governance for AI for the industry. They can verify because they can go through the data.
Okay.
Now, you need to differentiate the large language models. These are guys who have been trained on all data available on the internet. They are just common. But when you come to a company like TV47, we will look at your processes. We will get those large language models enhanced and reinforced with your common knowledge. Or better if we could have what we call small language models that understand you, and it will reduce the error margins, and it will be very specific. There is no fakeness. Now, within that structure, IBM has built such a good governance such that they can detect where the data came from.
After the fact, though?
Yes.
That after I generate...
Not after. Before, there are policies on the data ingestion all the way in that life cycle in the industry. But for the consumer, ChatGTP, you have no control.
Now the question is, can AI self-regulate? Can I go to AI? Is there an AI tool that I can use to verify fake from reality? Something that has been generated by AI. Is there another tool, AI tool, that can check and verify on its reality?
Yeah, that is pretty sure. I can attest. Recently, Google has just launched a tool called SIGNET ID. And this tool actually can detect whether a document or rather a video or an image, if it was generated by AI. This document uses an approach called C2PA approach. This approach, in full, it is called Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity. So this tool checks on the watermarks. Obviously, different AI models has a specific logic or rather rhythm of generating something or creating an answer. So this tool actually uses those techniques to identify if this image or a video was generated by an AI. And it tells you in that specific image which part was edited by AI, was generated by AI, the sources of the materials, or rather the source of data that was used to generate the content.
So it does exist?
Yeah, it does exist.
Are these tools available?
ID.
Yes.
Yeah, this tool is available. Actually, it was launched, I can say, a week ago by Google, by this Google CEO himself. Right. Yeah.
So are we going to see more tools available to the common user? Because if I come across a video or an image, and we're already in the electioneering mode, campaigns are on. Me as a common user, I'm not an expert on AI. I just go to social media, I find this politician said this, and then before I repeat or I resend or I repost, are there tools available to me to verify?
There are tools that will be available for you to verify, and there are many. Because today, cyber, we treat deepfake. They are called deepfake because they come from the deep learning which trains the large language models. That's a lot of AI jargon there. So the deepfakes can also be detected by another AI. That is true. Now, the issue we're having is clearly a human issue. And how to detect and to understand is for you not just to get something and you start sharing. You have to verify. And it is not new within AI. I remember in the 2010 Constitution, there are those who said, I don't have to read because so and so read the Constitution. So now it depends on your information zone. Who do you trust with information, whether wrong or right? So that is a pretty human issue. And I can tell you, people belong to so many different information zones. You walk within our country, you find a lot of divergency on how people think because of the information that they have grown through with to understand to be true. Because truth is not common.
Right.
Because of that, when AI generates something, everyone interprets it differently. Now, to try and control that is human judgment. And human judgment is based on your information zone that you exist and the authority of who introduced it to you. Just like I gave the Katiba, if so-and-so read the Katiba, I don't have to read. And he said it is right, even me right. So those are some of the things that will apply.
Wow. Yes, Joseph, you wanted to say something.
So maybe to add on that, we have tools. You can use actually Gemini. If you try Gemini Pro, you can just upload a text, or not a text, a video or an image. Then you ask it a very simple question. You ask it, is this image generated by AI? If yes, where exactly, which part of the image? Then the Gemini, the model will tell you actually if the image was generated by an AI or the video was generated by an AI, and which specific part.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious, looking at industries like banking, where they use a lot of data, personal data, and which we've shared probably through our gadgets and all these things. Now you're saying that it is possible for AI to clone using the data that I've shared previously, use the same data, go to a bank, process a loan, or transfer money from one account to another. Is that possible at this point? And are such institutions able to detect such activities?
Can I push onto that?
Yes.
I think there you are jumping so many steps.
I'm asking if you were there yet.
We are not there. We are very far.
Uh-huh.
Everything has to be human verified. There are gateways to a process and another, including agentic AI. That has to be human approved.
Okay.
So we are putting a lot of imagination on what AI can do. Yes, it has that capability allowed, but the business systems, the way they operate, it will not get there. It will assist us in a compartmentalized process. The human has to approve for a loan, either physically. It will do the credit rating very fast. But a serious company that has implemented proper governance and security for their systems will have a human to approve.
But Philip, we are in the age where we're borrowing money through mobile phones.
Yeah, sure.
And it's automatic. It takes a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Are you saying that in all those instances there's human intervention? Probably there's some processes that are just left to the machines.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm wondering, can AI manipulate those processes?
No.
Recently, let me add on something. Recently, Meta AI launched an AI agent called Munas AI. This agent can actually be connected to anything else. In fact, it can be connected to a PayPal account. And one thing I'm sure, if you approve and give this agent permission, this agent can run autonomous things without your approvals. Actually, this agent can do a research online, make a report. It can make a post to your Instagram, WhatsApp, almost all social media.
Without my intervention?
Without my intervention. So long as you approve, you have to do this and this. And I'm actually I've been actually questioning myself. If it is connected to a PayPal account and you give it approval, maybe if someone requests a payment, then it can approve the payment. That means that is one of the key things.
It's a risk.
Yeah, it is a risk. It is a risk to our financial status, our financial lifestyle, and also it can maybe it will reach a time maybe it can approve a loan or anything else.
Yes.
Even OpenAI, if you use a maximum and a plus version of it, or a flow, I mean, yeah, they have that capability of being connected to a bank account.
Philip, you appear reluctant to agree with this, that it can actually...
I'm correct. I'm not reluctant. What I'm trying to say, to understand this better, you have to understand the architecture of the systems that run business. They have clear guardrails and separation, unless you are going to build a complete new AI system to do that, what we are calling AGI. Now, the biggest question is, all businesses have to put a lot of governance and security measures. Most systems are built secure.
And most of these measures you're talking about are also AI tools?
Some are AI tools, because AI mix with the real applications that we work with. And those applications have a certain architecture that they follow. Now, that architecture is what, if you don't follow it clear, you will make imagination of what AI can do, which is not possible. That's what I'm saying.
I thought the realm of possibility now is open, that we can, whatever we imagine, can actually be a reality because of AI and the growth of technology. That's a thought.
Yes. But now, understand the software development cycle and approval stages for every particular process in the workflow. If you understand that, you will find AI is going to be very safe if implemented properly in an organization. There are edge cases, and I'm going to give you those cases. It's where you get a voice clone. It's called grandmom issue. The granddaughter, grandson, or somebody pretending to be that as a voice clone of the granddaughter, and then they call with that voice. I'm in police, I need 20,000.
Yes. And the voice is distinct. That is a person you're talking to.
That is the grand person, and you know, grandmothers and fathers, they easily, oh, how much money?
Yes.
They sent. There is a case where voice, someone called the financial accountant, you know, our money is due ABCD, this is the account. 30 million US dollars went. There are those cases, but when you look at the software system development life cycle, AI enhances it.
So the one who will fall prey to AI mischief is still a human being.
It is the human factor. Even cybersecurity, 99% is the human factor. Most systems are built with security consideration.
Then how do you ensure ethical governance of all these tools? I know you've talked about the government policy that's being generated in Kenya. It might take some time, it might take a while. But criminals and mischievous people are existing, and more are being born every day. What does it take to ensure that the level of trust between all these human beings who are not AI experts and AI tools that are available to them, some to even mischievous people, that there's a level of trust?
One thing for sure I know is that for your own trust, you have to be accountable for what you share and what you feed inside the AI. For instance, you cannot just verify anything, or you cannot just trust an AI agent, even a person. You cannot trust them 100%. You share them, your location, your information, personal information, sometimes even maybe payment details. You find someone maybe has paid for a food in a restaurant, then they take a picture of the receipt, then they post it online with the food. Those small information actually can account you to a risk, a very high risk.
So it calls for more vigilance on us, the users of all these tools.
The consumers must always verify everything they do and everything they share with an AI agent for their own safety. They should never, in cybersecurity we say that zero trust. Like anyone in an organization, we implement an approach called zero trust. You should not trust anyone, anybody and anything.
What is the highest risk you've encountered, Philip, and you're working with AI, that someone somewhere was trying to manipulate this AI for some serious mischief, maybe fraud or driving misinformation or stealing data or something like that?
There are very many. There are very many cases where you have used AI or misused it or misunderstood it. We have had databases wiped, especially by this agentic AI. If you don't put your human input properly at the particular gateways or hooks, then you might find it messing up all your work. Wow. That is unintended. Then there are intended circumstances where now you will be able to bypass the normal software processes because you have used AI. Those cases are there and many. Actually, when you look at it, in all cases of AI is do or use. It is good, can be used for bad. The other case is what we call the liar dividend. Liar dividend comes like the crying wolf within your company and system. And the final one is what we call the bullshitting, or basically meaning the actor is neither cheating, neither stealing, but he doesn't care what is happening.
He's just doing it for the sake of it.
Yes. Now, when you look at some of the key issues that deep fake and fakes are being talked about, they have existed all along. AI is accelerating everything because of its transmission and because of social media and because of how fast it is to get things done. And when you critically look at it, it is a question of regulation, which the industry is ready to regulate itself. It is a question of now thinking about the ethical use, which some of the industries are very serious. I talked about Anthropic and what it is doing. And it's also a question of who is talking about it and which part of AI. Is it on the consumer or is it on the enterprise, the industry, where you are using the company data? Now, those things are not being understood. And I want to give you this example. When I started computing, way back in the late 90s, I became an instructor. And that time there was this change of technology from the old system to the graphical user. And I was training senior managers. And I got confused because they could not touch a mouse.
Wow. Hold that thought, because there's a piece of news that we're following, and I'm informed we have an update right now. My colleague Stanley Nyaringita is following the launch of the 1 meter railway, the meter gauge railway, from Nairobi all the way to Ol Kalou, and I'm informed they're now at Ol Kalou. Good morning once again, Stanley. We've had to interrupt the discussion yet to come to you for this update. Where are you and what's the latest so far?
Thank you very much, and good morning to you, Fred. The last time we spoke was some few minutes to around 8 and actually 7 a.m. and we were boarding from Gilgil railway station. Now we have just arrived at the Ol Kalou railway station. Fred, the excitement along the way from Gilgil up to Ol Kalou, could see it in the residents' faces. From the school-going children, they were just right outside the schools, and they were so happy to actually see this train. It is the Nyahururu Safari train, which is just right in front of me, and even the residents, even as we kept coming into Ol Kalou, they were taking their phones and just recording, because it is a historic moment. Why? Because 46 years later, they're actually getting to use this train, which has been rehabilitated, the Gilgil Ol Kalou Nyahururu railway. It is commonly known as the Thompson Rail, because you get to actually see the scenic Thompson Falls. Very, very scenic. That means that it is going to be very important when it comes to the tourism. If you decide to take that road trip from Nairobi all the way to Nyahururu, you actually just get to relax. And get this, for the economy class, you get to enjoy from Nairobi all the way to Nyahururu. If you decide to stop at Gilgil, just 450 Kenyan shillings. This is what Managing Director of Kenya Railways, that is Philip Mengi, says. Very affordable. And actually, right now, when just a mitigation efforts in the increase of the fuel prices, this is very important to Kenyans. And speaking of about matters fuel, also in the morning, the Managing Director was talking about the move to see these particular trains go electric. So right now, as you can see behind me, is the ribbons and the balloons, and we're going to be having this cut in moments from now. We did have former Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria on board, as well as the Managing Director of Kenya Railways. But I want you to follow me and just get to see the scenic views here, as this place is definitely packed. We're going to just get to feel on the other side how these residents are actually very excited to see this rail. This is a Nyahururu Safari train. They're saying it has capacity of 1,000 passengers. So at any given point, you're going to be able to from Nairobi to Nyahururu. Remember, it's going to be having 4 weekly trips. That is on Tuesdays and Fridays from Nairobi to Nyahururu, and then on Wednesdays and Sundays you get to come from Nyahururu back to Nairobi. And now in front of me is where the main event is going to be happening. A number of the residents are going to be crowding in this particular place, and then after this flag off from here, all Kalau going to be experiencing, where members of the public are also going to be joining in from here, all Kalau, all the way to Nyahururu, and just right now going to be getting in touch to see how a number of the residents and the dignitaries actually, just right here is the managing director of Kenya Railways, as well as former CS Moses Kuria. Karibuni sana. You're live on TV47 right now. How is the feeling? Gilgil up to here.
First of all, it's very exciting.
Can look at it. Yes.
You wouldn't even know that we are here in Olkalau already.
Okay.
Very exciting day, and I'm very happy for the people of this region. I'm very happy for the people of Gilgil, people of Olkalau, people of Nyahururu.
Right.
I mean, 46 years is not yesterday. And I think we have had many governments. They have come, found this route the way it was, left it like that, another government comes. So it is good. It's a wonderful feeling.
How is the scenery as you're looking at the windows and just seeing the views?
I think for those people who don't think we have a good country, they need to come on this train.
Right.
Just look at the scenery. It's very, 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 very scenic, very, very, very exciting. We have a beautiful country. Yeah.
Allow me to also engage the managing director. Sir, in the morning you also, telling us how this train is going to operate. You can also just, share, right now live on TV. How was your experience, first of all, as a passenger, also as MD?
Yeah, very exciting, as Moses has said. We enjoyed the scenery, we enjoyed the valleys and the hills and the mountains. I mean, it's wonderful. And I encourage everybody to come and see for themselves. So we are here in Olkalau, a new station. We have come from Gilgil. We are about to shunt in some fertilizer here. Moses will be doing that shortly. So very good, very nice.
My final question, because I know you have a tight schedule right now. There are 4 weekly trips, Tuesdays and Fridays from Nairobi to Nyahururu, and then Wednesdays and Sundays Nyahururu back to Nairobi. Residents and definitely Kenyans are so excited about this. Have you received full bookings right now? Are there openings for this particular week? How are Kenyans receiving this?
For Congo, we have a lot of demand for Congo coming to this site. We have cement, we have fertilizer that is due to come after this trip. But excitingly, people are asking us when we'll move in, so they started booking their trains. And as we are saying, Tuesday, Friday, by next week, we are on board. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, and I am looking forward for the Olkalau to Nyahururu journey. As you definitely can hear now, definitely the Principal Secretary, how has your journey from been, and what do you expect? Also, what would you have to tell Kenyans 46 years later, a matter of creating awareness on this particular railway line?
Well, thank you very much. I'm a PS Defense. The journey for this station started several months, even years ago. Our role was very limited. We were asked to help rehabilitate and do these stations in Olkalau, in Nyahururu, and at Gilgil. We have done the assignment. We have completed. We have ultra-modern stations now. So we are here to hand over the stations to railway. But that is maybe the smaller part. The bigger part and the story is what this means to this region, to the economy, to the people in this region. So as the Ministry of Defense, we are very happy to be not be involved just the brick and mortar, but the bigger story of the economy and the people of this region, that the goods will be able to move, people will be able to move, and the wider implication to this region. So we are very happy as Ministry of Defense to have had to have been invited in a small way to participate in this rejuvenation of this line. So that completes today as we head over to Kenya Railways.
Now, earlier the morning MD was talking about and the clarion call of safety along the railway lines. I mean, definitely falls on your purview. Just to reiterate on that, to sensitize Kenyans now, because initially in 46 years they haven't, the railway has been used. So what would be your clarion call on matters safety for them?
Yeah, it's very important. I'm also from this region, from Nyahururu. So we have been seeing the crossing just as monument. They were monuments. We didn't know that this is real. We used to cross the line wherever you want. Now this is live. It's real. It's amazing that after those many years. So I would like, there are children, many of them, who are born and are now grown-ups, but they never seen the service. It is the first time. So I would like to call our people that now we have a live line. Please be careful as you cross. We want this to be a blessing, not a curse, and it will be a blessing. So let's be careful, let's enjoy, let us be happy about what the renewal this line brings to this region and this part of our country.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a great day. Fred, as you've heard from Principal Secretary of Defense, as well as former Cabinet Secretary, that is Moses Kuria, and the Managing Director of Kenya Railways, these people and the residents here are happy to have this launch happening, Gilgil to Nyahururu. Right now we're going to be getting into the flagging off of this and the cutting of the ribbon. Back to you as we just get to see how this will be happening, and actually the live pictures of the same. Yes.
Right, thank you, Stanley Nyaringita, all the way in Olkalao, for the launch of the 77.8 kilometer Gilgil Nyahururu meter gauge railway that was last time used 46 years ago. Quite some interesting times there, and you can see the excitement. All right, back in studio we went. All right, let's go back there for this live event as we witness the launch. All right, and we'll be going back to Olkalao momentarily, but for now I want to wrap up this discussion that we're having in studio on matters AI, safety, and the lack of trust between consumers and AI. And Bwana Philip, I know I cut you short while you were talking. You could use that as your final statement and give us a final statement on the issue of trust between users and AI.
It's a question of how they perceive it, and I wanted to give that example. When technology changed that they had to use a mouse and a graphical user computer, those were senior managers then in the late 90s, it was very difficult for them to get used to a mouse. Just that simple thing. And when I looked, somebody told me, you know what? The issue here is about everyone was told as they grow up, it is the computer that took someone to the moon. That high regard is what we are having because there's a lot of hype, and for good reason, on AI, but we don't see the process of how it integrates with application system. We don't differentiate the consumer AI and the AI for the industry. We just generalize it. There are very good governance. There are good ethical practices that big companies are practicing, and I'm doing that very, very well. A lot is about the people who don't understand AI and are scared about it. The rest is human issues, which can be sorted.
All right.
AI, for better part, is for good.
It's positive.
The negative is the very small one. It has a duality, and that is the human nature of all the tools they have been given.
All right. Asante Sana, Philip. Finally, Joseph, your final word. What would you be looking forward to in as far as governance and ethical use of AI that would at least rebuild trust for consumers?
In as much as AI is blurring the line between the real and the fake, we as humans, we must always understand what is true. We no longer have to understand, we no longer have to ask ourselves the question, what is true? But we must protect the truth and our trust.
All right.
We must always verify every information and be accountable to what we share or do for our daily lives.
All right. Thank you so much, Joseph. And we'll be going back to Olkalao just a moment. Joseph Ekisa Opurongo, software developer and AI engineer, and Philip Mulala Mukiti, CEO and solutions architect, i3 Technologies. And yes, we've been discussing fake or real, how AI is changing truth in the digital age, issues about trust, issues about fake news, deep fake and all these things. Quite some tech jargon here. But I've learned a thing or two as well. Asanteni Sara. Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll be heading back to Olkalao to witness the launch of that railway between Gilgil and Nyahururu. Good morning.